I have been playing video games since I was like 3 to 4 years old. And now, currently in my mid-20s, by God's blessings, I still enjoy video games a lot, whether it's a newly released game or an older one, everything. Now as my love and passion for video games have improved over the years, there's one thing I would say that I still face in my life. And that is, I still have to deal with a few people who think that video games are a waste of time. Now, let me tell you guys first, I always analyze things and think twice, and sometimes even more, to identify if, somehow, they're saying the right thing, or I'm doing something wrong. But, to me, most of the time, actually, say 99% of the time, yes, I find myself to be doing nothing wrong or sinful by purchasing video games with my own hard-earned money that I've been waiting for so long to be available at a huge discount. And also, you know what, those few people, even now including my younger cousin, who has stopped playing video games years ago for some reason, they mostly advise me to save my money, invest it elsewhere, where at the same time, those quote-unquote few people are still struggling with proper financial planning. They are telling me not to buy those things with my very own money that makes me happy, and at the same time, they are going for a high-package trip worth of hundreds of dollars, just to stay away from their household chores just for a few days. And these same outsider people telling me that I'm wasting my money buying video games, and at the same time, asking me multiple times to go on a trip that I don't want to. This is like some sort of ritual they're performing, and at the same time, forcing me to do the same thing for no good reason at all. See, I am quite happy and satisfied playing video games on my system. It is my money and no outsider has the right to have control over my choices and decisions. And that's the primary thing that you guys need to understand in order to withstand individuals like these. So guys, my point is, I know that there are many people on this planet who face similar issues, you know, where you get brainwashed mostly by your own people, where they enforce their choices, their decisions upon you, where you now have to spend your money on the trip that you were avoiding to take. You know, we human beings have a tendency where we think most of the time that others are correct and we are wrong. But that is not the case, brother. You need to listen to your heart first, and stopping yourself from feeling guilty for no reason is the first step towards it. Remember, the more you feel that if you should have done something else to earn more money than you actually need, instead of enjoying your free time or after work time doing your favorite thing or your hobby, like gaming, the more you are sacrificing yourself, your inner satisfaction, and your mental peace for the sake of nothing but to just give undeserved respect and attention to some people with a very narrow mindset of the society who don't understand gaming culture. Those people have no idea what a video game is. Some of them might have tried some online competitive shooters like Fortnite and CS2, and judged everything by themselves through their chat boxes and the voice communications only in those games. Also, the funny thing is, many people cannot differentiate between gaming and gambling, which is a different topic. But yeah, many people still think that gambling apps and video games are the same thing. And when free-to-play games and things like loot boxes come under the spotlight, this kind of misunderstanding becomes more common due to the lack of knowledge. These people don't know about all those single-player campaign games, even though, let me tell you, my cousin, who is now a movie kind of nerd, he says nowadays that playing a 10-minute mission on any game is time-wasting, whereas what he does is binge-watch movies and TV shows from several genres for several hours. Now I don't understand. You're just sitting in front of a screen doing nothing but just observing others performing some fictional characters, and there's nothing bad here, in my opinion, unless you're poking others for the same thing. And at the same time, people who play video games are actually interacting with the characters. They are using their own brain cells to solve puzzles, finding secret paths to escape the danger zone, improving reflexes, and all that. See, I have no intention to insult any group of people, but when some people glorify their hobbies by insulting yours, that is the time when anger gets out of control. I mean, gaming, watching shows and movies, listening to music, everything is great in my opinion. If you don't like video games but you love watching movies and shows, then it's fine, but you should never judge others by their hobbies just because they don't match your own interests and are different from yours. And everything that I've just said about gaming and video games in general has already been proven multiple times in several experiments and researches that video games have many positive impacts and help develop a healthy mind and reflex system, yet some people still don't understand, or perhaps they don't want to let go of their ego. And mostly what I observe during my situations is that sometimes they don't understand what truly makes us happy. And yes, everything has its own upsides and downsides for sure, but that does not mean that you will judge others on the basis of their passions that you don't understand. And honestly, that's just not fair. Of course, anything can become unhealthy too if it is done beyond limits. The same thing can happen with any hobby, whether it's gaming, watching content, reading, writing, studying, sleeping, eating, and so on. So don't get confused about that, okay? So in the end, if you are a gamer, whether casual or hardcore, gaming is your hobby, your passion, and you love playing video games a lot, then please, for God's sake, don't ever stop playing video games. Gaming is one of the best sources where you could give yourself some comfort when you're alone or feeling lonely, or you're struggling with some issues and finding ways to overcome them. I am saying this because gaming has always helped me in my worst times, and it is still helping me in many ways in my life. See guys, everybody is struggling through something, okay? So please don't add another layer of problem by letting other people control your choices and what you really want. Because at the end of the day, you are only responsible for your own happiness and mental satisfaction, and giving the key to others who lack empathy for you is not good for your own health. So from the next time, whenever you face such people yelling bad about video games, either just stop the entire communication and walk away from the place, or just nod your head and don't give a crap to what they say. Just completely ignore their words and move on in your life. Do your job, earn money, buy video games, and whatever makes you happy, and just enjoy it. That's life, my friend. Not everyone will understand what truly makes you happy or what you really need in life. So yeah, I will say it again, please don't stop gaming. Enjoy video games like you used to do when you were a little kid. And don't let other people's negative opinions impact your life. Thanks for watching, see you my friends, and have a nice time ahead.